$1.4 billion from selling water on the internet. In today's video, I'm going to break down step by step a winning Facebook ad from the brand Liquid Death. Liquid Death is a masterclass in one way in which you can build a solid brand. And in today's video, I'm going to break down one of their winning Facebook ads step by step, display the framework that they're using for this ad, and explain exactly how you can apply it to your own brand. And the reason why I create these videos is to help business owners just like you discover new strategies, new tactics that you can apply to your business today. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to show you some proof that I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. Quick refresh here on one of our Shopify dashboards. Last 12 months, just over $9.6 million in revenue. What we do is we help e-commerce brands scale, and the way that we do that is we deliver a consistent flow of winning Facebook ads to you and your team to launch. So we produce all the videos, all the statics, we handle the full process so that what you receive is winning ads that you can launch and scale. And the ad I'm going to show you today is an example of a winning ad structure that you can put together. And at my agency, we actually follow these frameworks and step-by-step structures that I'm going to share with you today. The reason why we do that is because when you're producing hundreds and hundreds of ads every single month, you can't just mash things together and hope that it works. You have to have a very scientific, structured process that is going to create more predictability in the ads that you produce, right? If we know that every 10 ads that we produce, 2 of them are going to become winners, then that's a 20% win rate, right? We know our win rate, now we can scale ad production. If you don't know that yet, it's going to be very difficult to scale because your production of winning ads might be very, very inconsistent, okay? So the way that this video is going to work is I'm going to play the video for you, we're going to watch it together, and then I'm going to break it down step by step. I'm going to share the framework, the stage of market awareness, the consumer psychology behind this, and everything else, okay? So let's dive in.
Death. I was in the store the other day and these were on sale. This is Liquid Death's soda flavored seltzer. They're supposed to taste like root beer, Dr. Pepper, and orange soda, but they're also only 10 calories each. Let's try it out. Root beer. That's pretty damn close. This one's root beer wrath. The immediate flavor is classic root beer, like Barks or Mug. It does lighten up on the end. You don't get that sugary, syrupy kind of wash, which makes sense. Dr. Death. Cheers. That one's even better. The immediate flavor of Dr. Pepper just hits, but without that like syrupy wave. Squeezed to death. That is wild. Same thing. You get that immediate flavor that you would get drinking a Fanta. And then none of that sugary, like stick to your tongue syrupiness. There's some Liquid Death wizardry going on here. If you're like craving the flavor of soda but don't want to invest a couple hundred calories, this would be a good way to go. These are pretty tasty. Damn. I enjoy these. I'm gonna buy them again. I gotta try the other flavors. I think Dr. Death is my favorite, but it's hard to choose. I'm gonna go enjoy it. Cheers, y'all. Be well. Enjoy yourselves.
So the thing with this ad that you're probably seeing is that it's so organic, right? It's also a whitelisting ad, what's in the fridge. So it's probably this guy that does a lot of these ratings. You would see this as a reel, right? It doesn't even seem like you're not even being sold to. And that is the beauty of this ad. And something that we're seeing work more and more is these very native style reels that you would talk to a friend about. Now, I love how the last shot here is the CapCut. Like, it's so organic and native that they left CapCut in here, which is if you don't know, it's an editing software. On the free version of CapCut, it shows at the end. But yeah, 1 minute 30 long is quite a long ad for what I would assume to be an ad that's targeting the product aware stage of awareness, someone who's already seen Liquid Death before, because we're not trying to introduce them to Liquid Death. It's just like, hey, I saw these in the store, and that's it. Now, it can also target those that are less aware, right? It can also target those that may be problem aware, solution aware, because it's so unthreatening, right? It's not even like they're not calling out a crazy problem and trying to introduce you to a solution. It's just very native and organic. So let's break it down step by step. So we start with the hook. The hook is basically death, right? And it's a playful shock, an immediate discovery moment that follows after it. So, I found these in the store. And the important thing is that discovery moment is very natural. It's like, hey, I saw these in the store and they were on sale, so I picked them up. It's like, okay, cool. Something that's very believable and we don't even question it, right? And that's a very, very good discovery. When you don't question the believability or the authenticity of how the person in the video discovered the product, then that's a very, very good discovery. And you can even use that as a separate module. We've broken that down in other videos on my channel as well. So how you can apply this? Well, open with curiosity or a surprise, and then tie it directly to your brand identity. So let me go straight to the product introduction. This is for more product aware audiences. we can go straight into the product introduction, right? After the hook, we can go straight into it. When we're targeting those in a more problem-aware stage of awareness or solution-aware stage of awareness, we need to take a slightly different approach, right? If we were targeting someone who was problem-aware, where maybe the problem is that they love soda, but they hate all the sugar or they hate all the calories that come with it, and then you would address that head on, right? You would say, do you want to satisfy your soda cravings with the hundreds of calories and tablespoons upon tablespoons of sugar? Something like that, right? And then you would introduce a solution in the form of liquid death. So in this video, product introduction just sets out the product clearly, flavors a main differentiator, which is the 10 calories. And if you were creating an ad for a product-aware audience, you could quickly show both flavor and variety and your biggest health or function USP. Now, of course, if you're selling a consumable product where you have flavors, where you have different, even if you're selling makeup, right, and you have different colors or shades, whatever it is, you can still display them, right? This is a UGC product demonstration. So even if your product is not consumable, let's just say you're selling a cooking pan, you can still demonstrate it, right? Demonstrate how it works, demonstrate how to use it. This type of framework, the UGC product demonstration, can be applicable to pretty much any product, right? Just demonstrate it. Demonstrate how it works, the features, all that stuff, okay? So then it goes into each of the flavors, one by one. And those are more features because we're talking about the flavor itself and the taste. He talks about each of the tastes in turn, and it's very natural, very organic. If we just go back here to around that area.
The immediate flavor is classic root beer, like Barks or Mug. It does lighten that.
So we can see here that his review is very off the cuff. And this is actually something very, very important to keep in mind, is that when you're doing these UGC product demonstrations and you want to make it look as native and as much as a real as possible, then it has to come across authentic. It has to come across like this person is not trying to sell you anything, and he's just recording a video of himself trying soda. Like, that's it, right? So he goes through the 3 different flavors: root beer, Dr. Death, and orange soda. Again, just repeating the same framework of introduce the flavor, open the can with the ASMR, try it, give a short review, and move on, okay? Then it goes into the main benefit and the core value prop. You could also say a little bit of unique mechanism, which is basically enjoying the soda flavor without calorie guilt, right? And basically what we're doing here is we're removing the sacrifice. So on Alex Hormozi's value equation, at the bottom of the equation, we have to reduce the amount of sacrifice that someone is going to give up to get the thing that they want, right? Because when we can reduce the sacrifice and give them the thing that they want, it increases the value of that thing. If you have 2 products that are the same, but for one I have to give up something I love to get that thing in return, and the other thing is like, you don't need to give up anything you love, right? It's the same soda flavor. You're going to satisfy that same craving, but you don't have to consume hundreds of calories. It's only 10 calories a can, so you can actually enjoy more soda, right, than you were before. So you're actually getting more, and without all the sugar, right? And that is a much, much stronger value proposition, right? It's a much more stronger offer. So think of those, right? And think of that, how that applies to your own product. Try and reduce the sacrifice, or if you can't reduce the sacrifice, reduce the effort, right? The effort, the time and energy it takes for someone to achieve the desired outcome. So after the benefit, we see a little bit of social proof, but also rebuy intent. I'm just going to play this part again for you guys, just so we can go through this.
I enjoy these. I'm gonna buy them again. I gotta try the other flavors.
I enjoy these. I'm gonna buy them again. A little bit of social proof is like stamp of approval, and I'm gonna buy them again. I gotta try the other flavors. Those, it's very, very subtle and it's very, very natural. But what he's basically saying to the audience is like, there's other flavors out there, right? So even if maybe these 3 flavors don't even appeal to you, there's other ones out there. So even though you may not like the flavors, the value proposition of low calories, low sugar can still apply, and there might be other flavors that you like. Encouraging them to go to the website, go to the store, and see what flavors there are that they may like. And then to wrap up the video, we have a CTA, if you could even call it a CTA. It's a very soft close, but it's casual, it's low pressure. It feels genuine. Again, just to wrap up the whole video, if he was like, go and buy now, like it would kind of break the video, right, and the style that we're going after. So if your whole video is more casual, conversational, authentic review, you just want to keep it that way at the end, right? You don't want to have like a pressure sell with high urgency and scarcity. It just doesn't fit the ad, right? You can do that in other ads that are built for that, but this one, it just wouldn't fit, right? So the ending is very much so like, hey, here's my favorite one, so let's watch the ending again.
I think Dr. Death is my favorite, but it's hard to choose. I'm gonna go enjoy it. Cheers, y'all. Be well. Enjoy yourselves.
Okay, so it's like, I'm gonna go enjoy it. It doesn't even say go and try them. And again, I think that's part of the reason why this works, okay? And at the end, yeah, the cap, I wouldn't suggest leaving this in. I mean, you could test it, but most people aren't getting to the end of this video, so most people won't see this. But yeah, as I mentioned, if you're going after this style of video, keep it a soft close at the end, okay? You could even just say, hey, like, I found these at my local Whole Foods or local Target. go check out their flavors or something like that, right? Something very, very soft. Okay, so this is a UGC product demonstration, and one that is very authentic and very genuine and very, very soft, right? I think you're probably not going to get a lot of direct sales from this, but it's likely going to have a very, very positive effect on building awareness, building authenticity with the brand, and even introducing some people to the product. As I said, it's more for a product aware stage of awareness, but you are going to appeal to some people who have never heard of the product before. And then after watching this, they're like, oh, that's interesting. And then what happens is when they go to the store or they go to Amazon and they see Liquid Death, they're going to say, hang on, I saw an ad for this. Yeah, it's a death brand. I remember the guy talking about the flavors being good and the low calories. Let me try one. That's how it works, right? And that's why I think this approach, and this is more so Liquid Death's approach in general, right? They're not trying to hard sell you pretty much ever. That's why it works, okay? And if you're willing to do that, you're willing to play the long game and build brand, it's going to serve you in the long term, right? So that's it for this video. Now, if you're looking for a partner to build these ads for you, build these style ads, build more direct response, very consumer psychology driven ads, whatever it is, we can build those for you and deliver them to your team that you can launch and scale, right? Our specialty is creating winning ads. We've been doing this for the past 5 years. We build ads on proven structures, and we can create predictability in terms of increasing your ad spend month over month. If that's something you're interested in, there's a link down below this video. If you scroll down to the video description just below, the first link is one that you can go to my website and book a call directly with me. We'll chat about your business and see if we can actually help. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.